How are you all doing? How is our families at your side doing? And how is your day going? It's a lovely Tuesday evening, and I'm sending my greetings, to each and every one of you who is watching right now and who are yet to watch. As a matter of fact, it's been a while since we get in touch with, each other on YouTube. And tonight we are back. We are back with pure happiness, with full joy and blessings. I'm sending my warmly greetings to you all, and I'm welcoming you back on board. When I say I'm welcoming you back on board, I was so busy attending to so many responsibilities because I'm a family man, and I was also busy taking care of my businesses. So, and therefore, I was just in the position of not showing everything that I do. And as a matter of fact, I'm someone who has so many responsibilities because everyone counts in my life. Everyone counts. Everyone counts, and everyone has to get their share from me. So by so doing, I just have to do it step by step, one after the other. So even when I don't share anything on YouTube, on my channel, whilst I'm having all these responsibilities, I think that is on point because it is okay to do things for others and to just, wait till the right time to come back on board. I said come back on board. But you know me, I'm a very typical indigenous man, very, very traditional and cultural man that cannot do anything without inviting my ancestors on board. So I'm gonna go and play our traditional music, our cultural music from our oral historians. We call them Lucy. But before I proceed, please do try to share this video to your family and friends for them to learn more, and share my other videos as well for people to learn more for free. And if you want to support my channel, you can check on the description box and then just do it if you can, because you know me, I'm a lonely tiger, I'm a lonely lion. When I say I'm a lonely tiger and a lonely lion, I mean there are certain things when I do it, I just go ahead and do it regardless of whatever it is. I just go ahead and do it with, without support. That's how I live my life. So let's go to a little bizon, and listen to this oral historians music that we call Lucy in our culture or in our language. And this is what he has to say. A little bizon is an oral historian that hailed from the north. His father was an oral historian and gave birth to him as an oral historian. So a little bizon is a very, very typical oral historian who has been, working with the tradition for a long time, and who has been, following our tradition from childhood. So a little bizon is considered to be a very interesting oral historian who has been dealing with oral history for a long time. As a matter of fact, Aliribizong is one of our ancestors. That's how I call him all the time. I call him our ancestor because he is very positive. He has learned a lot from his fathers. He has learned a lot from his ancestors. And he himself is an ancestor that I truly believe that, he has took his time to learn and still learning about our culture, our tradition, and our lineages, especially as he happens to be an oral historian and I happen to be a prince in this kingdom. We are working hand in hand. He will teach me about my culture. He will teach me about my roots. He will teach me about, my tradition. So the oral historians are the ones that preserves our culture in Dabo, our culture, our history, our tradition. They are the ones that preserve this, historical facts that I'm sharing with you tonight. So let's listen to a little Bison after I talk about him for a little while, and then you understand what I'm saying. Haba! Siparga! Haba! Nala sa siparga. Yo yung targa maro. So I'm sipping some mixed fruit juice. Some mixed fruit juice. So buy a drink after landing. Pada Wulia Siparga Bazuala Salo So you see, what he just shared with us right now is full oral history, full oral history, just full oral history within the shortest possible time. Just some great information that he has shared with me and you within a very shortest possible time. What he has said there, that is so much. It's so much. So let me come back to the family. Sister Naturally Organic, blessed love to you. It's been a while. I know you are a gardener. Sister Naturally Organic is a gardener. That is very, very serious. And then she is harvesting. She's harvesting her crops and her vegetables and everything that she has at her gardens. So go check her up. Go check Sister Naturally Organic app. If you want to live in the reality of life, go check her app and you see what she's doing with nature. She's doing a lot with nature. She's achieving a lot. Empress Makiba, blessed love to you, my sister. Sister Almeta Harrison, hello to you and our families at your side. Mama Esbenis, blessed love to you. And blessed love to our families at your side. Thank you so much. Sister Love to Travel with Wave, blessed love to you. Blessed love to you, our families at your side. And blessed love to my cousin who just celebrated his birthday. I wish him all the best in life. I pray that the Almighty God and our ancestors will bless him with abundance of knowledge, abundance of wisdom, abundance of patience, abundance of prosperity, abundance of wealth, and abundance of health. You understand? I wish him all the best. I wish him and I wish the family all the best. So, family, this is what life is about. Life is for the living. Life itself is for the living. So, and therefore, we have to live life to the max. You understand? Life is always for the living because no one has ever died and then come back and told us that this is what is happening in the other world. No one has ever died and come back to tell us what is happening over there. So life is for the living. We have to live it. We have to live life to the max. As long as life is for the living, that is what I believe. And that is what I vibe with. Life is for the living. And life is never for the deaf. The dead is gone. As you can see, the way I used to be happy in my live videos, the way I used to dance and everything, I did not do that today because I had a lost family member in Canada. I had a lost family member in Canada who died on Sunday night. And up to date, even when no matter how I'm happy, I'm still not 100% happy because I lost a loved one. I lost a loved one that I love so much, that I call my mother. And she called me her son. And all of a sudden, she's no more. She's no more. So I'm having some mixed feelings with regards to this live video. I can't dance. I can't dance. I can't dance. She loved me so much, and I love her too. As I'm talking to you, she's not been buried yet. She's still in the hospital morgue, waiting for burial. And to me, I believe in death. I believe in death. Death is inevitable. It can come to you. It can come to me. It can come to my brother. It can come to my sister. It can visit my father. It has already visited my father a long time ago. It can visit anyone in the family. It can visit anyone in life. Either you are sick. Look, when a person is sick and through the sickness the person is dead, is death. When a person died through accident, is death. When a person died through gunshots, is dead. Is death. Whatever way that a person can take to die is considered as death. Nothing else. Any kind of situation that can take a person out of this world in the course of death is still death. You understand? I strongly believe that life is for the living, death is for the dead. So we should always pray for the dead. And family, please, I would be happy, and I will still pray for all of our gone souls, our loved ones who has taken the lead, and so on. I will pray for. I would like you and I to pray for all of them in our prayer, to remember them in our prayers, and to always stay strong. And to always stay strong. It's hard to love a love. It is hard to lose a loved one, and then when it comes, we have nothing to do than to accept it. We have absolutely nothing to do than to accept it. And to those who are sick and laying on their sick beds, let's pray for them to get well. Because look, no one ever wants to die. No one ever wants to die, because the reality is that when they point a gun at a person, the first thing the person will do is they will lift their hands. That is, they are being surrounded. So they will lift up their hands. And the reason why they lift up their hands is because they don't want to go to their graves. They fear death. Everyone in life fears death. Even when someone is committing a suicide, when they are dying, they regret. They regret committing the suicide. But then they have no option at that point than to just go to the grave, because that is what they want and that is what they have to get. So no one in this world who is alive, either a human, either an animal, or even a tree, wants to die. No any other living thing in this world wants to die, except when it comes to a point that they have no option. That's why I said death is inevitable and everybody will taste it. So let's prepare for it. Let's get extra prepared for it. And let's pray that whatever will take us to our graves will be a very clear path, whereby you don't have to get killed by someone. You just die from a natural death or from a sickness. So a sickness that can make a person to die, and when a person just sleep and wake up dead, it's all the same, because it all leads you to the grave. You understand? But one thing that I pray in life is that I don't want to die in the cause, I don't want to die in the hands of someone. Like, I don't want to die in a situation whereby someone kill me spiritually, someone kill me with a gun, or someone just, pressure me and kill me. That is what I don't want. And, for me, being here, I'm highly protected, that I know and I believe that it cannot happen to me. But I see people die in the US each and every day in the course, not only in the US, sorry to say, not only in the US, but the majority part of it is from there. That, people die in the hands of brutality. People die so many kind of unfortunate deaths. But then let's put that aside and let's come back to business. Tonight's video is welcome back to Queen's Guest House Project. Welcome back to Queen's Guest House Project. A lot of people has been reaching out to me, Princeayoko, you don't show your project again. You don't show us anything again. Why? What is happening? Are you still working on it? Is it coming to a standstill? Is it going on? Is it not going on? And I said, well, the, the work is going on. The work is going on all the time. And I'm just being so busy because Queen's Guest House project is not the only responsibility that I have in this world or in my life. So I make sure that I touch bases with every responsibility that I have in my life. And this is because everything that I do in my life, I consider it as a responsibility. If I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it. If I want to do something, I will do it. If I'm doing something that is positive, I think no one will tell me to continue to do it. And before I start to do anything in my life, I make sure that I check on what I'm doing and I weigh what I'm doing. I will weigh it to see if the outcome will be good. Then I go ahead and do it. So Queen's Guest House project is coming along. The messages has been so much. People are asking me. People are trying to find out and everything about the project. And that is why I just decided to show that video tonight for you to see that work is going on over there. And as a matter of fact, as some of you might know me or you don't know me, this project that I'm doing is a non-sponsored project. No one is sponsoring the project but me. Absolutely zero person is sponsoring the project but me. So if I decide to show it on my channel, then it will be for people to learn, to just watch what I'm doing and to learn what they have to do when they are going to have this kind of projects in the future. If I decide not to show it, then that is what I decide. No one can forcibly tell me, hey, Princeayoko, why are you not showing your project on YouTube again? If I tell them the reason and they're not understanding, then that's fine. You understand? I have been in craftsmanship for the past 26 years. I have been in craftsmanship for the past 26 years. I trained some apprentices, a lot of apprentices who are perfect now, who I can just call right now to say, to come here and I say, hey, I want you to do this, do that for me. I'll put down the plan. I'll just tell them this is what I want. I will assist them to do it. I can even be on the field to work with them to get it done, for them to get some more experiences. You understand? Look, once a learner, always a learner. Once a teacher, always a teacher. We are all learners and we are at the same time teachers. You understand? I can be a teacher today and tomorrow I'll be a student. So once a student, always a student. Once a teacher, always a teacher. But one thing that I want each and everyone to know in this world is that no matter how brilliant you are, no matter how knowledgeable you are, when you did not share your knowledge with the world, when you did not share your knowledge with your community, when you did not share your knowledge with the next generation, when you did not share your knowledge with the youth, when you did not share your knowledge with the future generation, then your knowledge is nothing. Your knowledge, your experience, your everything is nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because you know why? When you die with all these talents, when you die with all this knowledge, you are taking it to your grave. No one has benefited from it but you alone. No one has benefited it but you alone. That's why teachers have to teach students. And that is why students have to learn from teachers. Remember a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago, yeah, that was last month, I shared a video on my channel with me donating concrete bricks to my master to go and build his mother's grave, Master John Sewe. He was my technical skills master way back at junior high school from 1997 to the year 2000. He taught me for 3 years. 3 years. What I did for him, I can boldly tell that none of his students has ever think that about him and has never supported him in that kind of manner. Yes, I appreciated what he did for me, and I'll never forget what he did for me. And I always like him, love him, and support him because he's part of my life. He has contributed in the course of my journey in building up my life. And there is never a day on this earth that I will never forget him. Anyone who has contributed into my life, I would never forget them. I have so many masters. I have so many elders that has brought me up, including my own father and his elders. You understand? All of them, look, there is never a day that I will say I don't know them because, look, you see this picture here? That's my master. And that was the day he was being coronated, this particular picture. So this is my master. This is the king of Lamashegu, a suburb of Tamale, one of the oldest settlements in Tamale. That is the king at Lamashegu that I'm pointing right now. You see him. So this is the king of Lamashegu. This is my master. And then this is my grandfather. So you see, this is the king of Lamashegu, and then this is the king of Warbogu. Warbogu is near Tolong district. It's also a village in northern Ghana, a very old village, ancient village in northern Ghana. So when I'm walking with history. You understand? Now let me take you back here. You see, this particular video that picture that I just show you right now I don't think it's clear for you to see, but I might share that with you at any point in time when the picture is when the lightning is clear. Now you see, this is my master. This is his granddaughter. This is the king of Lamashegu, my grandfather, and this is the king of Warbogu, my grandfather. Now when I take you to the top, you see, this is the past king of Nantong, one of the most richest kings in the Dagbon kingdom of northern Ghana. Some of you will say Dagomba kingdom. It's Dagbon kingdom, not Dagomba kingdom. It's Dagbon kingdom. It is the white man that has changed the name because they can't pronounce Dagbon to Dagomba. It's actually Dagbon kingdom. So this particular king that I share with you was my grandfather because he was from my lineage. He was taking the position of my biological, my great-great-grandfather. And that was Nantona Sule Ben Shakam Pampamlana. In Dagbale, when we say Ben Shakam Pampamlana, it means someone who has everything in abundance. So he was having everything in abundance. He was a farmer. He was a king, but a farmer. And when he died, this was his regent, his first son. This was his princess. That is his first eldest daughter. And then the one that is on top was her eldest granddaughter. And this man here was my best friend, my very best friend. This man here was my very best friend. And he was the youngest grandson to the king. Everything that you see in this video is about history. In this pictures. Everyone that you see here and on top here is about history. So you see 1, 2, 3. It's about history that I always watch and remember about history. So that is how our life goes as Nordness. Whatever you are doing, you don't do it just for yourself. You do it for the community. You do it for the kingdom. You do it for your family. You do it for anyone that comes into your life. You understand? And you see Queen's Guest House, for instance. Queen's Guest House that I'm building. As I already told you that it's a non-funded project. And when I say non-funded project, I'm saying it very boldly, very, very boldly. And the reason why that I say it boldly is because I see it as a project that I don't even think about inheriting it. You see, as me being the owner of the project, I don't think about inheriting the project again. But my queens, my children, has to inherit it from me. They have to inherit it from me. They have to inherit that property from me. Because I have did what I did for them, and what is left is for them to take it and take care of it for the rest of their life. And then they will also leave it, and some others will come and inherit it. So it runs from generation to generation, generation to generation. When I leave this world at any time, my queens will be there, their children will be there, they will inherit that property, they will also die and leave it, and their grandchildren will inherit it, and they will happen to be my great-great-grandchildren. So it runs upon generation to generation. But whatever I'm doing about that project, I have to make sure that it is solid. I have to make sure that it is very hard, like a rock, like a lion, that can stand tall to accommodate anyone that walks into the property. You understand? So peace and blessed love to you all for taking your time to know a little bit about what I'm doing. Queen's Guest House doesn't belong to me alone. Look, it belongs to me. It belongs to my queens. It belongs to anyone that walks into it to live. And it belongs to the generation in general. It belongs to everyone in general. When anyone comes into it and lay their head to get some rest, it belongs to them. You understand? Queen's Guest House is not something that is a kind of selfish project. It is a project that belongs to all. That, belongs to all. It belongs to me. It belongs to you. It belongs to him. It belongs to her. It belongs to them. You understand what I mean? So, when talking about the indigenous way of owning a property, this is how we think about it. And this is why we stick to tradition and culture, because at some point in life, we can't live and live and live and live again. No matter how we live, we're all going to leave this world. Now, ask me, where is my grandfather? He's no more. Where is my father? He's no more. Am I going to be in this world forever? No. No. You see, it's just easy. It's just simple as ABCD. I'm not going to be in this world forever. Whatever I do in this world, when I leave it in this world, then I'm leaving it there. I'm gonna take you back to tradition. King Genocide, bless and love to you, my brother. I'm taking you back to tradition. That's history. In that chair. This is all history. He's just sharing history. Oh yeah. I'm gonna get some more of my juice. Me to invite this oral historian. He's still here. He's my friend. You know, he's my friend, and I'm his king. Would you like me to invite him? Tell me if you want me to invite him to this channel. That's all in Yakuzu. I'm not on my mood. I can't dance. I'm not happy. I'm not 100% happy. I lost my mom on Sunday. listen to what he said. Ayi kulizal sana nyine, ayi kulizal sala nyine nye dunia bunzana. Ayi kulizal sala nyine nye dunia bunzana. In Dagbale, ayi kulizal sala nyine nye dunia bunzana means when you are able to have a family, that is your wife, your children, you are the richest man on earth. That's what he mean. Ayi kulizal sala nyine nye dunia bunzana. Ayi kulizal sala nyine dunia bulizana, because here we believe in family so much. I want him to say it and you hear again. Ayi kulizal sala nyine dunia bulizana. Suku mama. He will say it. Ayi kulizal sala nyine dunia bulizana. You say it here. I possess her. You need to be a Pulzana. Damba. Okay, I can't dance. I can't dance. I can't stand on my feet and dance. I'm not happy all the way out. I'm honoring the ancestors. I'm honoring the ancestors. That's why I did not put my traditional regalia on, because I'm still in pains. That's what the whistleblower said. So family, you see, as I already told you, there is so many things when I do it, I think very, very deep, and I dig deep, and I'm not a person with kind of short thoughts. When I think about things, especially when it comes to life, I think very, very deeper before I do things. See, tonight, for instance, should have been a night that I share with all of you, like for us to dance, for us to feel happy, and for us to just kind of go to sleep with pure happiness, because I know how people feel when I dance to this traditional music. But it's just not, it's a restricted zone for me to dance from my own perspective. The person that I'm talking about, that I said she died, I love her so much. I love her so much. She died of a heart attack. And, you know, I love her. Her husband loved her. Her family loved her. Her children loved her. But all of a sudden, all of us has lost her. She was older. She was a very older woman. But I believe in death. What has happened to her can happen to me. And I have nothing to do about it. Look, no one can withstand the will of the Almighty Creator. No one can withstand the will of the Almighty Creator. No matter how strong you are physically, spiritually, mentally, financially, when it's time for you to go, look, you will leave all of that in this world and go. You will leave all of that in this world and go. But look, try to always find or preserve goodness. Try to always preserve goodness. Try to always preserve what others would not fight for when you die. We see children fight each other after the death of their parents just because of the properties their parents left for them. We see family fight over properties just because of the disease, of what the disease has left in the family. So now I'm going to ask a question here, my brothers and sisters. I'm going to ask a question. So just imagine that if I have invested all of what that I'm investing. Look, when I started to build Queen's Guest House, I sold uncountable lands. I sold uncountable animals. I did a whole lot of businesses just to invest that. Even when it is my animals that I sold and bought the land for Queen's Guest House. Trust me, either you trust me or not, I can invite the person who sold the land for me to build Queen's Guest House, and he will tell you. And I can also invite those who bought those animals from me. So imagine struggling all this while, manifesting all this while for several years, and to just put up the building, finish it, make everything okay for people to lay their head, and just when I die, then people will start to fight over it. Don't you think this is nonsense? This is nonsense. If it is easy for you to get, why didn't you have it? Why should you fight over it? Whilst I'm gone, as someone who has, struggled for it, worked for it, invested for it. Look, I'm going to share with you a very important information tonight. Anything that I'm telling you, I'm a very young man, but full of wisdom. I'm an ancestor. I'm the return of an ancestor. When I say I'm the return of an ancestor, I am the return of an ancestor from my father's maternal lineage. So anything that I share with you, I'm not just saying it for fun, but I'm telling you the reality and from the African perspective. If a person is going to build a house and just to live in the house by himself or by herself, or as an individual, the person will just have to build just one house, just some small house that can accommodate him alone. But that is not what I'm talking about. You understand? In the African perspective, when a person is building a house, first of all, he's thinking about himself, he's thinking about his family, that is his wife and children, and he is thinking about the extended family. So, to those who are from royal families, that is another thing that has to be dealt with, because as a royal family member, everyone is your family, including those who are not part of your biological family. They are considered as your family because you have to take care of everyone as a royal family member, especially when you get to a position where you become a king. That is the highest position that a royal family member can have. And by having this position, everyone counts. Whoever comes across in you, whoever comes across you in your life counts. So, and therefore, you have to take care of everyone except people who are, up to themselves and want to take care of themselves. Then you just let them take care of themselves. This is the reality about the African perspective, not only the Dagwan perspective, but in the African perspective, when you travel to a village and you go to the king's palace, the king will provide you with water, the king will provide you with food, the king will provide you with water to bath, the king will provide you with accommodation. That is what the king and the family will provide for you for the rest of your life if you become a part of the family. Either they know you, they don't know you. As long as you stay committed, that is what they're going to do for you. 100%. That's what they're going to do for you. Except some places in Africa that consider themselves to be more like Westerners, that doesn't even respect our culture and traditions again. You know me, we have those places here in Africa where you can just walk into a house as a royal family house or as an indigenous house, and they will just look at you to be a stranger. So mostly these are the kind of houses that when you go, they will build the house, they will make a fence around the house, they will have their dog that protects the house, that no stranger can come into the house. You understand? Yeah, that is the reality. Anything that I share with you is the reality and nothing else. And nothing else. I always tell you one thing. Look, you will see me each and every day on YouTube, but remember that there's one day that you ask, where is Princeayoko? Nowhere to be found. If you want to know my whereabouts, come to Dagbon. You see me at the palace being a king. I don't have so much time on YouTube. My time on YouTube is very limited. Very, very, very limited. And when I say it's very limited, it means that as I'm talking to you tonight, there might be a possibility that you'll never see me again on YouTube in the near future. I will still be alive, but look, you only base on things that I told you in the past and not the present, because when I get to a certain position in life, or when I get to a certain title in life, don't expect to see me again on YouTube. I would never be there. You understand? So that is what I have to use to conclude this particular important conversation. And Sister Ojwini Ogere Lakwal Lakado, blessed love to you, my sister. Greetings to you and our families at your side. And thank you so much for coming along. Thank you so much for leaving whatever you have to do to get some time to come into the class. As I always tell you, this is a class. This particular channel that I have is a classroom. It's a classroom that I learn from you, that you learn from me. But I'm the teacher. Look, I've been a teacher teaching American students for the past 3 years. Now, these students that I'm talking about has never set their foot into our kingdom. And when they speak Dagbali to you, you will feel like they were born and raised here, because the way we say it, the way we speak everything, they are saying everything on the right path, like on just the same way that we speak. Because I'm a very typical indigenous man, and I'm teaching them a very typical indigenous way, and they are learning a very typical indigenous way. You understand? whoever is trying to learn something that I don't want to teach them, that I know is not right, I say, hey, that's not what it is. This is what it is. Learn it. If they are ready to learn it, they will learn it. If they are not ready to learn it, well, get out of my class. Yeah. You see, just get out of my class if you are not ready to learn. And it's simple. It's simple. It's just simple. If a teacher is very honest to a student and trying to teach the students whatever they have to learn, that can be able to make them have a good resource. The teacher is focused on one thing. If a teacher teaches a student and the student becomes successful and had a good resource at the end of the the graduation, the teacher is proud. The teacher is proud of the student, and the student is proud of the teacher. So and therefore, a teacher and a student is like this, our hands. So now the teacher is the right hand and the student is the left hand. You see, just take your both hands as an example. If your right hand is dirty and you want to eat, if you do not use your left hand to support your right hand to wash it together, when you use only your left hand, when you just apply soap to your palms and try to wash your right hand just by itself, don't expect to get to just don't expect that it will be clean just by washing itself. Now when you take your left hand, for instance, you can't wash your left hand alone to be clean. Okay, apply a soap to one palm and try to wash both palms, that is both hands. You will see that at the end of your cleaning, everything is going to be kind of very, 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 very clear and clean. That is how a teacher and a student is. The teacher was once a student. Every teacher was once a student. That is the realities about life. So and therefore, we have to, we have to rebuild our energies. We have to rebuild our energies with regards to how we think about things, with regards to how we deal with things, with regards to how we bring up our children, with regards to how we teach our children, with regards to how we teach our students, with regards to how we live with each other in our neighborhoods, in our communities, in our houses and everything. So and therefore, we all have to learn. You understand? Experience is the best teacher. Experience is the best teacher in life. So if you don't have any experience in life, don't expect to have any kind of teachings for your students. Even when you are a teacher, yeah, don't expect to have that qualities. You understand? Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your patience. As you already know me, I'm a kind of teacher that is working on a time frame. I was only trying to come on live for like 25-30 minutes, but for the fact that the conversation is getting deeper into deeper, I just have to make it an hour, which is exactly an hour right now. So to those of you who has just joined this conversation, I'm so sorry that I'm gonna leave right now. It's late here. And to those of you who are yet to join, thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for coming along, and thank you so much for your time. You understand? So you see how it takes patience for a person to live in life for free and to just live as a simple person. Someone is coming to learn from you, but for the fact that someone is coming late to learn from me, and for the fact that the person has just jumped into the live stream, I'm saying sorry to them. You see what it is? The person is coming to learn for free, and I'm still saying sorry for coming late. But in the typical classroom, a student can never come to classroom being late. you, you understand what I mean? A student can never come to classroom being late. It's either you'll be sacked from the class or you will be whipped. When we were learning, that was what it is. Whenever you get late at school, they will whip you. Look, Master John Sewe, the teacher, my technical skills master that I just talk about in this particular live stream that I donated the bricks to. I was the student that he whipped more than any other student in the school. Because look, when a teacher comes into classroom to teach us something that, you know, I think is not on point, I will say, hey, teacher, please, no, we're not accepting this. And in Ghana, we have teachers from the southern part who comes to the north to teach, who don't know much about the north. So when they come to the class to teach us what we don't know, look, I will tell them, say this thing that you coming to teach us, we don't accept that here. So the teacher will report me to the headmaster, and just make me feel make the headmaster look like I'm being so disrespectful. So Master John Sewe was the teacher who was always a very disciplined teacher in the school. So he would just bring me to the assembly and whip me. But I was the general prefect at the school to the student. I was the general prefect. But I don't care if they even whip me in the front of the students. I don't care. As long as I speak the truth, I don't care. You understand? But just go back and watch that video. When I told Master John Sewe to tell my viewers on YouTube about me, he said he was a brilliant student, or he was a good student, that he said, but very difficult. That's what he said. He said I was very difficult. Yeah. He didn't say I was very difficult just because I was stubborn, but he know why he said I was difficult. Master John was a very respectful teacher to me. Look, Master John Sewe can whip me at school, and then later we can just meet and shake hands. Because he has to do what the headmaster command him to do as a disciplinary teacher. So he has to follow command from his superior, that is the headmaster. So when he said, hey, John Sewe, whip this boy, that is what he has to do. But later when he see me after school, we'll shake hands and I'll laugh. Even though he punished me, he whipped me. Look, I don't care about that. I care about what he put into my head. Yeah. This is very kind of powerful energy that people has to also have in life. Sometimes someone can give you a kind of punishment that you don't like, but don't take them like they don't like you. You understand? Take them as some people who like you, but just for the fact that they are dealing with command, they have to do what they are doing. Maybe after that punishments and everything, they can meet you and let you know that, look, I wasn't meant to do it, but I was supposed to do it. Well, fine, do it. You understand? So family, I have a lot to share with you about life. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your patience. I'm so sorry once again for those who are coming lately. Chrysandra Lily, welcome on board, but you're so late. Patricia Dafeta, welcome on board. You're so late. You said appreciate your truth and your honesty. That is so true. Thank you. You're welcome. And to everyone, each and everyone who is here, thank you to all of you for coming on board. I have, added another 5 minutes just because of those who are coming late. My sister, Renata Craigley, my sister, My one and only sister, Brenetta Krigley. Blessed love to you. Blessed love to all the family at your side. Thank you so much, family, for coming along. Till we meet again on my next video. Look, the video that I premiered tonight about the project, the part 2 is coming tomorrow. I am going to show it step by step, as you already know how I teach my class. I don't rush to teach my class. I teach my class step by step. I teach my students step by step, because I respect my students so much. So thank you so much for your time, for your patience. Till we meet again, it's your brother Princeayoko, sitting here at my palace very calmly, welcoming all of you and sending my warmest greetings to you and my peaceful greetings to you, as well as my lovely greetings to you and my prayers to you as well. To my mom that I lost, I pray that she will be in the good hands of the ancestors, the Almighty Allah. She will have an eternal rest, as I already believe that she's having that eternal rest. And I pray that, she will be at peace and we'll meet again. That's the prayers that I send to her, whatever her soul is. And to all those who are on their hospital beds, struggling with their health, battling with their health, to all those who are at their homes, struggling with their health, battling with their health, I pray for you to get well. All kind of sicknesses that you have, I pray that you get well. I pray that the Almighty God and our ancestors will heal you. To those of us who are still in good health and kicking and moving here and there, back and forth, I pray that each and every one of us will be in good health. And I pray for each and every one of us to have the best of life that we want. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your patience. Have a good night. Peace.